my ex still like wishes my parents like happy like Mother's and Father's Day and like Christmas and stuff. And I think even my mom was like a little strange.
It is a little weird though.
Because
a bit much.
Because guess what year we dated?
2016.
2020.
2006.
That's weird.
That was 10 years off.
That's really strange.
2006 to like 2008.
Did you date Andy Kaufman and they're doing a long bit? A long, unfunny bit?
It would be incredible if they were that funny.
He's from Long Island.
He is from Long Island.
So that's basically the same thing.
But also, doesn't she have like a different boyfriend now? Like, if my boyfriend was like, let me text my ex's mom, I'd be like, you gotta leave. It's so weird.
But I think it's like, if it's like almost 20 years later, like this is just like an old lady that I know.
How long did you guys date?
Like 2 years or so. It was like my first like real relationship, like adult, like we lived together for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like, oh, we're a little high school boyfriend and girlfriend kind of thing. It was like we dated. So it's like, I don't think it's like weird. I don't think it's like weird in like a way that's like anything other than like, huh.
Yeah, it's not alarming. I don't
I'm
think.
not like, watch out for this motherfucker.
No.
They're trying to.
I just feel like it's unhealthy though to like always keep. For some reason, I think like once I'm done, I'm done.
You're done. Yeah, sure. Clean
It's
slate.
kind of like
I get that too, and I think that what would be weird if on, let's say, the day before Halloween, your ex pulls out a filing cabinet and a Rolodex, and he starts like, all right, got to text that ex's mom that Halloween, and that You don't text people Happy Halloween like in the same way.
No, that's weird.
Which I think is very funny of me to bring up as a joke. So
yes, it is.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't mind if someone... Happy Halloween to my ex.
Thank you, Hal. You should text your ex's dad just every once in a while, just a picture of the blender.
Yeah,
still kicking.
Thanks, bud.
Honestly, I bet you a dad would be like, "That's great."
He would
and then
appreciate
he would go to your ex and be like, "Whatever happened to
What happened to him?"
Yeah.
And she goes,
she's like,
him.
married with kids, and she's like, "Dad, come
Dad, I'm doing great." Yeah, I think if someone
your
else
ex's dad's like, I want him back.
I bring it back here.
Bring back our Diego.
I did have an ex's sister, like months after the breakup, find me. I was like in Rhode Island, and this was like my first proper ex too.
Yeah.
But like she literally was like, "We miss you," and I was like, and he was a serial dater, so he was with someone else, and I was with someone else. But it felt so fucking good. I was like, oh, the other bitch just can't hang.
She can't hang.
Oh, it felt amazing.
Yeah, she doesn't have the
I'd
vibes.
give anything for that feeling again.
Hey, fingers crossed.
Just chasing it.
Yeah.
And then someone's like, what feeling? The feeling of an ex-significant other's family missing me. That's it.
It's like, I don't have a lot going on in my life, but I would love that.
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't think there's any ex's family that misses me. There's no way. Maybe my one ex, but only because I feel like I introduced her family to the concept of guacamole.
That's a huge concept.
It really was. I was making guacamole, and they're like, "What the hell is going on over here?" And I was like, "You're gonna go fucking crazy once you taste it."
Yeah,
they probably tell the story of like, she dated a guy who invented guacamole.
Every single
Mike
bio.
The Italians invented guacamole.
Well, we've invented a lot of things that we don't get credit for. Pasta.
Absolutely.
People think we got that from China, but it's actually the other way around.
I credit pizza and pasta to you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
What are you? What do I credit to?
Colombian.
Cocaine.
Coffee. Cocaine. We really pick people up.
Yeah.
We're great energizers.
Yeah. That's why you have an energy corner. This makes sense.
Absolutely.
Was that your idea or is that...
That's a great question. I think it was our idea at the same time. We just started talking and said the same thing.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever had an idea separate from one another.
No.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be furious.
Really healthy.
Yeah. And it's weird because every once in a while I'm in my room and I'm like, oh, I'm going to come?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Oh, shit. Oh, I hope. That'd be
what
nice.
A solid best friendship.
It's
where
really
you're like,
number one.
Yeah.
We have
number one best friend.
we somehow have like formed like the like twin telepathy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of a number. Wait, no, that's not how.
Yeah. You're like, I'm part of it too.
No.
And it's me.
I'm thinking, and we're just like, that's awesome. Numbers are cool.
I'm like, wow, that was the exact same thing I was thinking about.
One of the hardest times I've ever laughed, I have a friend who has a twin sister, and we were like doing that. We were like doing that thing where, our friend had like a minivan, and we're from Long Island, so like the seats were out, and there was like 20 of us just like piled into like one minivan, and we were just like. My one friend out of nowhere goes, "Hey, when your sister gets fingered, do you feel it? And I was like sitting there being like, like fucking losing my mind.
That's
being
amazing.
Like, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Like, just gone.
Just like a horror story of like twin. Yeah.
Just being like, hey, I bet you never thought of this before, and now you'll never not think of it again.
Every day.
Every fucking day.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's
I wish I knew twins because that would be.
That's a movie over the like an overhead shot of a car pulling over to the highway to fight.
Yeah.
Like, we're fighting it out. We're gonna fist fight.
Yeah.
That happened to me once.
Oh.
You got into a fist fight in a car?
In a way. I was on tour with my band. I was like 19.
You were in a band?
I was in a bunch
Oh
of
my
bands.
god!
Yeah.
What did you play?
Poorly.
No, what did you play?
I know. I played bass.
Okay.
Yeah, so like barely anything.
Mm-hmm.
But we had just done a show. We were in Atlanta and we were supposed to do a show in this warehouse. And then we show up and I think like the guy said, "Yeah, I'll do the show," and then never did anything else. So we showed up and it was just us and another band from I think like Massachusetts who just also like we weren't on tour with them. We just were there at the same time. And we somehow like got in, the PA turned on, and we already like loaded our gear in and stuff, and we were like, "You guys want to play for each other?" And we just did.
Whoa.
That's like a open mic. But,
Yeah, it was truly like,
Oh my god.
like,
but better though, because instruments. So
because we
yeah.
had like driven from like Little Rock to Atlanta,
my God.
like just truly like so bad. And the guitar player in my band was driving, and he was like, just fucking furious. And then I think I was like bitching about the show.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, weird, right? I was like bitching about the show, and then I think he just had like, it was he was like, that's enough.
Yeah.
And because he had like done a lot, he had done like a lot of work for the tour, and I had booked like 2 shows, and I was like, look at me, king of the road.
Did people show up to your shows before? No.
Like people would show up to our shows, not for us specifically, but you know,
hey, we were there,
had good
they were
shows
there.
though, so that was
that's
nice.
good, yeah.
I mean, like in the northeast region, a little bit, but we like we literally went from upstate New York to California and back in 3 weeks.
Holy shit!
Like it was like
wow.
It was like a very arduous tour that was. Like our van broke down like 3 times. We were just like so stressed out the whole time. And then we'd like play the show that sucks. And I'm like complaining. And then basically the guy was like, and we had one of those old like conversion vans. So it was like 2 seats in the front, 2 captain's chairs in the middle, and then like a bench seat that folds down into a bed in the back. And I'm sitting in the middle, closest to the door. And he like, we'd also just like eaten at like a Taco Bell. We had to like order through bulletproof glass. It was just like, oh, we're just having the most brutal night of all time. And I'm like bitching, and he just like slams on the brakes and is like, that's enough, basically. And he gets out and then opens the door and is like trying to fight me while I'm sitting in the chair still. And I'm sitting in the chair kicking him, like pushing him my foot, being like, get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me. And he kind of like, he like clipped me in the ear, basically.
Fight Club.
Yeah, like he like so. I was just like, oh, fuck, I'm getting the fuck out. Like, and then everyone was like, all right, it's gone too far.
Yeah,
and then kind of everyone like, and then we just had to like stew silently for like about 18 hours.
Sure.
I think. Yeah. So because he apologized to me the next day.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, like it was like we slept, and then the next day he apologized, and I was like, yeah, I shouldn't have. I fucking.
Yeah.
Went too far.
Emotions were high.
Yeah. Also, I think once you hit someone, you probably feel better. I don't know. I've never gotten into a fight.
I bet he felt better, but it was also probably funny to watch me be like, no, stop.
Yeah.
Come on. I bet you it was not as manly as I'm making it sound.
Yeah.
No. When you said kicking, I did not assume that you were manly.
Yeah.
There's no part of me that was like, oh my god.
You were also for some reason trying to hold down your dresses.
Yeah.
Which is okay.
I'm trying not to lose my page in my book, so I'm holding it like this. Like, come on.
Yeah, I don't think I have a fight story where someone was like, the door was closed, and I was like, please no.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not,
I wasn't like, please no, but I was like, this is insane that you're doing this. We're friends.
Yeah.
Like it
Are you
wasn't
guys
like
still friends?
we're not like not. We didn't have like a falling out, but it's like he like moved to California and like has a wife and kids and just like whatever. Like we follow each other on Instagram, we're just like whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm not like, hey brother, what's up? Like what's up? remember when our lives were really different? Like,
The
I
way
hate
I like
that.
I hate that. The way I like to think about it is like if you were at a bar and they happened to be there, would you walk over with this hand extended, palm up, like a big dap, or like a hand down? Hey, what's up?
That's
man?
a great.
I would go in for a hug, I would say.
Yeah.
Because we've known each other for so long. And I hung, like, not in the last couple times, but, like, I think, like, a couple times ago when I was in LA, I was like, we should, like, go and get, like,
that's
we went and got
sweet.
food and
Yeah.
stuff. But that was probably, like, fucking 8 years ago by now.
Hit
But,
it with
like,
the Denzel, my man.
my man. But yeah, that's the thing is, like,
man.
I don't hold anything, like, I'm like, that was like a,
Yeah.
We're 19-year-old guys full of testosterone being like, fucking, I've never gotten enough pussy.
Yeah.
Like, kind of thing. So it was like, I don't know. It just, I was like, like, I forgave him as soon as he was like, hey, that was crazy. I was like, I was being a fucking asshole. And it was kind of like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's not like, I'm not like, he disrespected my personal space.
Sure.
Yeah. I also just feel like once like someone has it out and you talk about it, it's kind of done.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. Like there's really no reason to like harbor on it and be like,
Yeah.
You ever hit anyone?
no,
Wow, you've never hit anyone.
no. But I did. I took like boxing classes. I don't know why I did this.
Well, that's
That's-
boxing.
Yeah.
It's like a punch you almost did.
Okay, almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did. I haven't though. But I don't want to.
Sure.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
also don't know what would happen if I got into a fight. But there is a deep-seated rage inside of me.
Yeah, of course.
That's like I'm crazy, and I know this.
Do you is it like crazy like you would have crazy road rage crazy?
Not
Or
road
crazy
rage.
if a server was rude to you, you would like stab them under the table with a fork?
Is there a middle ground?
Yeah.
I think that not like because I think like if someone hit me, I think I'd be like shocked, but then I would have to
Yes.
like fight back.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
For my pride.
Yes.
And
Prejudice.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I think my fear is that like, what if there's just so much rage inside of me that I start fighting?
And you can't stop.
Yeah. It's not like I'm good at it. So I'll probably break my wrist before anything even
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. See, that's at
Yeah.
least like rational because there's so many people who are like, I've never been in a fight in my life. I've never even tried it, and I know I would just kill someone if they ever hit me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think if someone hit
No.
you in your face, you would fall down.
Yeah. I also
Have
think
have you gotten into a fight that wasn't professional fighting?
I haven't been in a fight since learning how to fight.
Okay.
But everything before that was like pretty much like quick second, someone punched somebody, I punched somebody, they punched me. But like school being bullied, stuff like that.
Oh.
But not like a big, long, drawn out fist fight where everyone's in a circle watching you for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
think most people never get that.
No.
There's a drum. There's a guy playing
Yeah.
a big drum.
Your band comes out.
Yeah, his face, his red paint all over his face for
Yeah.
some reason, and
But
a headband on.
A layer that I think people don't think about when they have that kind of mentality or like, what if I start and I can't stop? It's like, I don't think you understand how exhausting fighting is and how quickly someone will gas out. They don't know how to control their gas
That's
tank.
true.
So it's like, you might have 20 seconds in you, 20 seconds to 50 seconds.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking more than that.
Yeah.
I wanna,
Yeah, like you're like, I don't know.
And
That's reasonable.
I'm self-aware enough that I know that if someone wants to hit me, they'll do it, and they'll do it hard enough.
yeah.
There's no part of me that's like, oh, I got this. Like I know myself. Yeah.
Great. A very healthy place to be mentally.
I yesterday I was like, I didn't think I was gonna fight someone. I was like, this guy's gonna try to fight me.
Oh, were you on the train?
I was not on the train. I was walking into a thrift store.
Ooh.
And I had just locked my bike up, and there was this couple like on the sidewalk, and it was like a two-part thing where one, I was trying to figure out if I recognized the girl.
Okay.
Like if she was like a friend of a friend or something like that. And then also it kept looking like she was trying to like stand and either like get her photo taken or something else. So I was kind of being like cautious, like walking past her.
Yeah,
but still kind of like looking at her. And she looks at me like this and goes, like,
oh, I'm so sorry.
like that. So I look at her in like a really weird way, and then I was like, oh, she's a boyfriend. So I got to turn and look at him too.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just be aggressive to the woman and also have my back turned to the man.
Absolutely.
So then I turn and look at him, and I'm like, fuck, these people are gonna try to fight me. And then I'm like, I was like thinking about it like the whole time I'm in the thrift store, like trying to buy a shirt, like doing this whole thing.
Wow.
And then I see them in the thrift store, and they had both like put on masks to go inside, and I was kind of like, oh, I'm fine, actually. I'm actually super good.
I'm absolutely
actually,
fine.
there's no aggression in their body, even a little.
For a second, I thought you meant like robbery.
No,
I was like, you thought you were fine?
Yeah,
no.
Chief Nixon.
Yeah, they're doing dead presidents.
No, dude. If they're worried about germs in the air, they're not worried about attacking people.
They're
absolutely
worried about
not.
germs in the air at L Train Vintage, but then are still buying the clothes. I'm like, hey, I got a real crazy message for you.
Yeah.
Also, I just don't think that, no offense, anyone outside of L Train Vintage or going in is trying to start a big fight.
Yeah, but you never know.
You never know.
You never know when you disrespect a man's partner.
True, but you also, this is something that I've learned over many years of watching street fights, is you never know when someone's on their next to last straw.
That's true.
Yeah.
You really never know. You can't tell when someone's just like, that's fucking enough.
Yeah.
Or if you caught them a day before, they'd be fine.
Try to think of like what the moments I've had, like my absolute like I just want to like rage. They just come and go so quickly.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what do you? Is there a thing that you feel like in terms of pet peeve? It's like the 10th degree, something that just drives you crazy.
I mean, I have so many. I don't even know. I feel like there's just so many things where like I think being late is my biggest pet peeve, but that's not a fighting thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
You're
your mom's like, I was stuck in traffic, and you're like, knuckle up, sweetheart.
But it is like to a point where I have friends.
Yeah.
I do have friends who show up so late, and there's a part of me that's like, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yeah.
And it is crazy.
It is
That's
really
not,
disrespectful.
Yeah. But that's also not the proper response when someone comes in and you're like, that's it.
Well, how are we supposed to change that behavior unless they have a consequence?
Through force.
Yeah.
Just beat the shit out of someone next time. Tomorrow when people are coming to my house, I'm like, I'm fucking late.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll let you guys know when I have like a moment of rage.
Yeah. I had one.
It's going to come soon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I had one on the train where I was like standing by the door.
The train's a great place for stuff like this.
It's really great.
Especially when you get stuck on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was like a reason why I couldn't say anything. I don't remember why, but there was like, I mean, probably because the guy was bigger than me or something like that. But no, I think I was like on my way to something. I'm like, I'm not gonna like get into a fight with this guy. But I was standing by the door.
Okay.
And he was sitting like, I stand with my back to the door. He's sitting to the, like, directly to my left.
Okay.
And then we get
stage
right, obviously. And the train comes to a station, and he gets up and like puts his arm on the pole, and I kind of like turn sideways because I think he's gonna get off the train. So I'm like, all right, let me take up less space. And then he reaches his body around mine and spits out the train.
Oh, out the train. Okay.
But like out of the train, not like on me, but still like next to me, across. He spits across me, and I was like, I think if I had a hammer, I would beat his skull in.
Yeah,
I was like, I've never been more mad in my entire. That's not true, but I was really, really mad. I was like, oh, I want to kill you. Because that's like a blatant disrespect. That's not like, oh, you got in the way, or you didn't realize I was behind you on the stairs and you were looking at your phone or whatever. It was like you were like, oh, fuck you, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna disrespect you.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, it'd be so awesome to just, if we were outside and it was cold and I stabbed you and I saw like the heat coming out of the stab wound on your body, I think that would make me feel really good.
See, I really relate to this.
Yeah.
I call it the human fog machine.
Yeah. It is crazy, but those are the thoughts I have sometimes. I'm like, I would just fucking love it.
Yeah. I think it would feel good.
I am very, very good at controlling my temper. That's something that I think my inability to read has translated to my ability to control my temper.
But your ability to read the room.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go. Two types of reading.
Thank you so much.
You're not illiterate from the room.
Yeah.
I know what
a lot of people are, though. Yeah. So.
Dude, truly.
But people looking at their phones when they're going upstairs.
Oh, my
Crazy.
God.
I'm just like, dude, play time and a place.
Yeah. Also, it's like, just go upstairs.
Yeah.
And then check your fucking phone.
It's insane. That one, it drives me crazy. People listening to stuff really loud on their phone and not with no headphones. That's insane to me.
Dude, if I was rich and I was better at fighting, I would have in my bag like 20 pairs of headphones.
Yeah. Oh,
and then if someone is playing music on their phone, I would be like, oh, do you have is it like the USB-C or is it like Lightning or is it like
what kind
regular?
of AirPods?
What kind of jack do you have?
You're not rich enough to just get out of your
No.
Yeah.
I want them to know that I think that they're lower than me. I have wire headphones. But I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna start taking them all from like planes.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be like,
yeah.
Hey, do you need headphones? Yeah, I need 12 pairs for vengeance. Actually, I need
spite reasons.
yeah, I'll be fine. You don't care.
I always thought, I remember one of the best laughs I've ever gotten was I was on the train with one of my hockey buddies and someone was playing music really loud. And I'm like, it's never Joy Division. Like it's never good. It's just the worst sounds of ever.
There was a guy on the train recently where I get on and he gets on and sits down and then I hear music like coming out because it felt like he had a speaker like in his bag.
But people do have speakers in their bag.
I've seen that. That's hilarious.
But it wasn't like the thing where it was like the big one that's like really out and about, and it was like he was playing like African funk.
Ooh.
And I was like, this is fine.
I know. This
is
vibes.
so fine.
Yeah.
This
you look directly at the camera. You're like, this is fine.
Yeah.
African funk is totally fine.
But I'm like, this is like this is like good music.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not like, oh, here is like the like below SoundCloud rap.
Mm-hmm.
Or
which is usually people's own stuff.
Yeah.
That's why.
I would love to have business cards, fake business cards that say Diego Lopez, president of fucking bootleg.
You just have to say, because these people are so stupid.
Sure.
It would just say like Diego Lopez, record executive.
Yeah,
and they'd be like, oh my God, my life changed.
Because I've seen the guys playing their music and then rapping, but like kind of like not committing to it, like trying to be like, I'm just hanging out listening to music. Not like, hey, everyone, I want $1.
Yeah,
here's my rap.
yeah.
And someone run up like, is this your music? Because this is fantastic.
Yeah, this is
that would
awesome
be
to me.
so cruel and so funny. Just imagine like them just being like, that's it, I made it, dumping their girlfriends.
Yeah.
Just
Immediately dumping a girlfriend.
I love
They
the
cheat
way
on
it sounds
anyway.
like you recorded it on your phone.
Yeah.
I think that is awesome.
And they call and it's just like, you should kill yourself.
Yeah.
You should fucking kill yourself.
Fuck
piece
you.
of
like
shit.
suicide rates have gone up, but we have no idea why.
And that's fine. There's a lot of people around.
That's true. Also, so energy drinks. Can I see I don't drink any caffeine.
Look at this now. Fuck it.
I'm just so
You
curious.
don't drink any caffeine?
No, and I've always wondered if I would die if I had one of
Welcome
these.
to the energy drink corner.
So
Hey,
Mama wasn't curious, so we're gonna do this now, I guess.
we don't have to. I want to see it.
Do.
Fine. I'm gonna punch you. This is it.
Yeah, you can just take a whiff.
Yeah. No, I insist she takes a sip.
Yeah.
I'll
That's
take
like
a sip.
You can do it wine style. When talking to the microphone, take a sip and then spit it out.
Yeah.
Can I like smell it and stuff?
Yeah, you can
You
do
can
it.
do whatever you want. But that's really.
Am I gonna do you guys really drink the whole thing?
Sometimes, most of the time.
It depends. I mean, we split it 3 ways, so it's not even like. It's not like we have 3 full cans.
Yeah, I just haven't had caffeine in
I
like
would
3
drink this
years.
though. I want to make that clear. I would
Yeah,
drink
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to make it sound like I don't drink 1 to 3 a day.
Yeah, I love caffeine. We're drinking V. This is green apple lemonade. This is from Australia.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This was sent to us by one of our beautiful, beautiful listeners, who we appreciate so much.
Australians are really hot.
I don't think so.
That's not. Come on.
All right, let's
I think
try it.
they're rude. And they'll hurt your feelings in new and interesting ways.
And they're liars. Okay, so here we go. That's a beautiful piss.
Oh, you piss?
Ooh,
So pissy.
delicious.
So you don't drink any caffeine ever.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't in like
that's gonna be for
years.
Let me see.
But I'll do it for you guys.
This is V Refresh Green Apple Lemonade, 0 sugar, 16 calories per can. Let's see.
Smells really delicious.
Crisp, light, refreshing. Well, they get 10-cent refunds on this. They really do care about their
Mama's face.
They really do
It
care
really
about their
does taste
people.
like green apple.
Yeah. It's
Usage
tart.
1 can max daily. Yeah, right.
Australia loves their citizens. Or
Yeah, dude. It
I do
is.
want to see what happens if I drink a little bit of this, and maybe I'll be like energized for the rest of the day.
I mean, it's energy. Yeah, it's caffeine.
Well, I know, but
I mean, how much caffeine do we got going on in here, though? 156 milligrams per can. So if you take 1 sip, that's like nothing.
I took 2 sips. This is really delicious. This is how
Yummy.
they get you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
delicious.
wow. Because
It
to
tastes like-
fight someone right
Yeah.
after I leave here.
Here's the thing. It
Go to
tastes.
Lincoln Market and just beat the shit
Come
out
here,
of
you
someone.
motherfucker.
It does taste like yummy.
You play your fucking music? Like, no, ma'am, it's from the store.
Yeah. You start beating the shit out of the cashier. Quit playing your fucking music.
So, because there was like 2 years ago was the last time I did caffeine,
Wow.
but I think it was like coffee,
Okay.
and that was it. And then after that, I was like, I need to just like be less caffeinated.
Were you having issues like falling asleep or?
Yes, and I'm incredibly anxious as a person. So there's always thoughts in my mind constantly. This will help. This is delicious.
Because if you turn the volume all the way up in your mind, then it becomes it's
white
dull
noise.
beep.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You should be in my mind because it is not a dull beep.
No, thank you.
It just goes and goes.
Oh, interesting. I would describe you as dull.
Oh, gosh.
Got you. Got your ass. I can't believe you opened the door for that.
That's it. At the end of this, I do want to get into a fight with someone.
Slams on the brakes of the podcast.
Emergency brake button, recording button.
I can see why this is so addictive. If you like anything green apple, inject
really?
me. Yeah. Remember like the blow pops?
Yeah.
Green apple, favorite flavor. Anything soury. I also bake with green apples. All right, this does make me seem really dull. I'm going on. I'm like, I don't know if you guys know about green apple.
Yeah.
They're very nice. No, this is nice. It's very green apple, very tart. There's a hint of cleaning fluid to it.
That's the lemonade part, I bet. Dude, it's green apple lemonade.
I didn't realize it was green apple lemonade.
Yeah.
Let me give it another sip then with that information in my mind.
Yeah.
Why don't you swirl it in your mouth?
Yeah. Why don't you stick your fucking nasty little cock and balls in it too?
Do that.
Not
Do
in
it
front
for the
of us.
Patreon. Yeah, now I see what you mean. Because lemon pledge, my brain was going towards.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. This
Not
is
a flavor combo I would ever do, though.
no
This? Lemon
Yeah.
green apple
Lemon
lemonade.
and green apple lemonade is nothing I would ever do.
No, it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's very drinkable.
I honestly think it's delicious.
I'm so glad you like it.
There's a health star rating on this.
That's great.
3.5 out of 5.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not bad.
Can I see?
Yeah.
From Australia?
Yeah, 3.5 out of 5.
What do you have against the Australians?
I dated an Australian for 3 years.
Oh, that's such a goal of mine.
Yeah.
Just have them ruin my life.
It's not as hard as you think it is.
It's really not. No, I know this. Especially as a woman, it's really easy to just date an Australian.
All you need to do is go to a bar and find the most coked out freak that exists there.
There's like no sugar in this either.
Yeah, 0 sugar.
It's a win-win. It's free caffeine.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm going to be awake for my 2 sips.
You're texting us at 4 a.m. I hope you fucking assholes are.
What did you
I'm outside
do
your door.
to
Wake
me?
up. I'm going to fight you. So what we do is we have a rating system for the energy drink.
10 out of 10.
0 to, please listen first.
No.
0 to 5
Don't tell me what you do.
0
Wow,
to,
you changed since you started drinking that.
0 to 5 lightning bolts.
Okay.
0, obviously you hate it. 5, you like it so much that you would search it out online to order it for yourself.
3.5.
3.5 lightning
Wow,
bolts.
right
from
right
Amamah.
along with the health star rating.
Yeah, wow.
I wanted to be consistent.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'll give it 3.
Ooh.
Come on, man.
What?
I wanted to say 3 first.
Hey, we are one person.
Yeah.
We're one voice.
I'm also going to give it a 3. It has a little, I don't know. I feel a little coating on my tongue.
Metro's
Okay.
like, open another one. And
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
I got a good
yeah.
one for you. We do 9, and you're like, I can't breathe. My heart hurts.
Next time I see you, you're wearing one of those like helmets that you can put 2 cans of beer in there, but there's 2 Red Bulls in it.
Yeah.
oh, God, yeah.
And you're
Big
sucking
Monster
on the hose.
jersey.
Yeah.
Well, I like basically this year stopped drinking too. So like at bars when I went out, it was so boring because I was just like, I need caffeine, but I don't want to do caffeine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've just been in bed by 10 p.m.
You should
Yeah.
try cocaine.
I used to do a lot of that.
Okay.
like a lot.
There we go.
The same time that I gave up coffee, the year before I gave up Coke. So I think it's just been, I was like, you know what? Let me just- every year I give up something.
Yeah.
I think it'd be so funny if it was at the same time. You're like, yeah, I just was drinking too much caffeine. I was really anxious and my heart hurt. And I was also doing a lot of cocaine at
That's
the
literally,
time.
I wrote a joke about it because it was like a moment that I like woke up and my heart was beating so fast and I had like McDonald's that day and I blamed the McDonald's and not the Coke. I was like, oh my God, McDonald's is so bad for you.
Food is
But
terrible.
like meanwhile, I was just doing lines of Coke and I was like, it can't be that.
You're basically Morgan Spurlock.
Who's that?
The guy from Super Size Me who was like,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it's terrible. Also, by the way, I'm not telling anybody I'm a raging alcoholic.
Raging alcoholic. They're like, your liver's going crazy because of this McDonald's.
Yeah, it's the McFlurries.
I had no idea that he was a raging alcoholic.
Oh,
yeah. It
yeah,
really
yeah.
threw everything off.
Yeah.
It really kind of nullified his.
Is he dead, by the
Yeah,
way?
He is
I
dead.
talked about
Rest
this
in peace.
yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, I beat the shit out of him until he died.
Yeah, one of my pet peeves is lying about one of the most beautiful restaurants in the country.
Dude, but when I was in high school, it made me think of this. When I was in high school, I was in high school, I thought I was having a heart attack. Because when I was like 13, my dad had a heart attack, and his symptoms were that he was like was like burping a lot and like walking around in our backyard and being like, oh, my chest feels weird, whatever. And then he like went to the hospital and they're like, you had a crazy heart attack, brother. Your shit was fucked up.
Whoa.
And then I woke up one morning like really early and my chest really hurt and I was like burping a bunch and I was like, I'm also having a heart attack.
I'm a
16-year-old having a heart attack. And then I was like, Dad, you have to bring me to the hospital. I'm having a heart attack. He's like, you're not having a heart attack. I was like, I'm burping. I'm walking around. My chest hurts. I need you to take me. And then I go to the hospital and then they were like, okay, you're crazy. They're like, what did you eat last night? I was like, well, nothing crazy. I was like, oh, like 1 a.m. I had half of Hero that was fried chicken cutlet and cheese and bacon and Thousand Island dressing, and I probably ate that in 3 bites.
Oh,
and they're like, oh, so you have heartburn and you're stupid, so we're gonna give you an IV of Pepsid and then send you home.
That's
my! I was gonna say way more than that.
I had health insurance. I was 16 years old. I was like, fine.
Your parents hated you. They were like,
my dad was pissed off, but he was also like, I kind of did this. He realized a little bit it was his fault.
Because of the poor eating habits he's instilled on you?
No, I think just because of him having a heart attack and me mirroring
Being
the same
around
exact. Yeah, but I don't know because it was like, it's strange because it's like my parents didn't have like good eating habits, but they didn't have like horrible ones either.
Well, my dad had like a quadruple bypass when I was 13.
Yeah.
He was like skinny. And like it's
He's just a really good figure skater.
Yeah.
But like I do think there's something with like just genetics, obviously, and like South Asians, we get diabetes, we get heart stuff like immediately.
Yeah.
So and like all our entire diet is just like oil and rice and bread.
Yeah.
But
I think that's what it was. It was like my dad was my dad's very like slim now, and he was always like pretty
Snatched
slim.
little waist.
Yeah, my dad's
Your dad's so cunty.
Yeah, my dad's pretty lean, and he's serving cunt pretty often. Which
brat,
is
that another word?
Yeah, my dad's pretty brat. I would say. My dad's
like an old person?
Actually, well,
Is he brat?
my dad's body is brat, and also T.
Oh, incredible! Not mid. Okay.
No, it's not mid at all. But he is Italian, so he would just eat like pasta and like, just like pretty fatty, carby foods, and also smoked, I'd say 1,000 cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
So I think the two of those things, and then just like a predisposition to heart disease, they're like all that together. They're like, yeah, buddy, you can't be eating meatballs and smoking cigarettes all the time.
Yeah, dude.
You can't do it.
This isn't the 40s.
Yeah.
I mean, you can,
but it's gonna
be real bad.
It's gonna hurt you.
Yeah, everything's a trade. You got to remember that.
Yeah.
You can enjoy the meatballs, but you're going to be coughing up your lung and your butthole.
Yeah.
In your butthole.
In your butthole.
Yeah. That's the first thing.
That's what I wish I was just dumber. Because like every time I like learn more about what I have to do to keep my body sick and twisted, tight, cunty,
Yep.
I'm just like, why do I have to know this?
Yeah.
Because now I have the burden of knowing that.
Knowledge is only
Well,
pain.
I just wish I was a little bit dumber in general because that would be so fun.
It's pretty
I
sick.
would walk.
Yeah.
No, you actually care about the world, so it's not like you're entirely dumb. I do
and by the
a
way,
little bit
I
more
know
dumbness.
You're not happy.
If you were truly dumb, you would be like, "This is the best time of my life."
Yeah.
Nothing
You're
is
not
going
dumb. You just
wrong.
can't read.
Can you really not read?
I'm just really dyslexic and I don't enjoy reading.
Can I see? Sorry.
Sure, I can read out loud.
I almost bought you a book yesterday, and I was like, "What's the point?"
If I knew,
Why am I
I would
doing
have.
this?
I had so many books at home. I would have brought one, a really challenging one.
I don't want
Yeah, like Hop on Pop.
Cat in the Hat.
Yeah.
Cat.
Everybody poops. You're reading.
That's nice.
I
start
did.
crying.
I think there's a certain level of dumb that everyone should aspire to be. I think not reading, great, totally fine. You don't need it. But like, I would love to be dumb in the sense of like the people who are like, if I vote, things will change.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to be that dumb.
Yeah.
That is like
Yeah.
a
This
level
politician cares about me.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's because it's not even like dumb all the time, but it is like no introspection and no self-awareness.
Yes, and I've usually dated guys like this.
That's awesome.
And it was for so long.
Is that like, I know this sounds like I'm being rude. Is that fun for you?
Yeah.
Though I can't imagine, because it's like, because you're not like, you are introspective and you are self-aware and you are not like dumb. So it's like,
Thank you so much. That's so sweet.
But it's like being around a person like that.
Yes.
Fun.
It is to a certain degree. And then this year I was like, I can't do it anymore. But I think I have issues with like, this sounds like a brag, but it's not. The people I went to school with, I hated.
Yeah.
And especially grad school. I went to Brown.
That
and
doesn't sound like a brag, by the way. I'm saying you went to Brown.
Yeah.
Oh, you went to the UPS school?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yes. Great system. Gets me in so much debt.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Me trying to lie? Yeah, I went to Blue University.
That's the best thing about Brown. People are like, what is that? I'm like, hell yeah. You
Yeah.
actually, like, you don't.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, just like, total, like,
Brown University.
It's at Brown University. Yeah, I went to Green College. Actually, that's fun. That's fun.
I've had dudes be like, I went to white college because I have dated a lot of white guys.
Yeah.
That's a good joke.
Hey, you know what? I'm
oh my God,
high-fiving
so-
you for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm usually like, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That's what, not podiatry. What are poop doctors? What are they called?
Gastroenterologist.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Went to Brown
Just call them
College.
poop doctors.
Yeah.
They don't deserve a gastroenterology.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Dr. Poop. Hey, how you doing? I'm Dr. Poop, and
They
I
only
went to
do-
Brown University.
They only do fist bumps.
Yeah. No, they really.
They just do
They really stick their hand out. Hey, how you doing? Look how wide.
1, 2.
Look how wide it can get.
Yeah. Space.
But it was so fun for me. And then this year, I think whoever I dated, I liked the dumb aspect. I loved it because it's like I don't have someone like talking down at me, and I think that's really beautiful. But
Because
then
you want to have the upper hand in the relationship.
yeah, but then like as I started to like
How to lock
do
and
cool
unlock
things,
doors.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, as I started to do cool things like unlocking doors, I think they started to put me down, and that was really tough.
Yeah.
So I just had to like, it was like back to back like dudes where I was like, okay, so like this one guy lasted a few months, the other one was like even less than that, where I was like, I just can't. Like now I feel like you want to put me down because you feel like I'm
it's like
being
hey,
arrogant, but I'm not.
If you're gonna put me down, you better be better than me.
And I
Like, because it's like you're gonna like listen. If you date a man, they're gonna talk down to you. It's just
So talking down means
what does it mean? Tell me.
what could it be?
Oh my god.
but it's like at least be smart. It's like
But but my level of smart is, and this sounds insane, and I get made fun of this all the time, but I grew up in a very like blue collar home, so it's like at least build something. Both of the men that I seriously dated this year couldn't build shit, and it took them hours, and that was such an ick.
That's
Where
awesome.
I was like, it took them 6 hours to do something that my dad has taught me to do in 2.
That's awesome.
And I kept being like, do you want me to help? And then I was like, I miss the Boston dudes that I used to date, because I'd be like, my car's messed up, and they're like, I'll be right there, and then it was fixed.
Yeah.
And now, like this whole year, I was like, you can't talk down to me and build furniture that's really simple in 6 hours.
yeah.
They had to Google what righty tighty lefty loosey is every time. Like, hold on a second. Okay.
I mean, one guy thought he was cheating. I was like, are you serious? Like, it's taking you 6 hours? And he was like, I'm just trying to build you something. And it was like my desk.
Yeah.
And it just took him so long. And it was so deeply embarrassing. And I was like, oh my God.
That's the best part about like looking like me and like dating the people that I've dated, because it's like they get like an IKEA desk and I put it together really quickly and they're like, holy shit, I've never seen someone put together something so quickly. It's like, yeah, you have to stop dating like noodle arm Bushwick guys.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, listen, I'm not the most
anything.
No, but I think you both are like smart and cool people to be around. And you're also, I think self-awareness is key.
Thank you. I'm aware that what you're saying is true.
I did it.
Yes.
I'm aware. Oh, quick aside. Do you think Best Buy employees consider themselves blue collar?
No.
Hey, brother. That rocks.
Were you
No. You said Best Buy. My brain was like, or you said blue collar. Like
Blue
Best
collar.
Buy employees.
Oh, no.
But
I think I'm really like, I love someone who is like, I love my mom and we grew up poor, and I'm like, that's it. That's all I need in this life is this. So if you're listening and you're poor and you love your mom.
And what's your age range?
Yeah.
I've been dating younger, and it's been a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, so 27 onwards.
Okay, I was going to say,
yeah.
we need to put a number on it.
Well, I'm
Also,
34.
yeah.
So
Well.
/25.
Yeah. All of a sudden, I hear a clock ticking.
Oh, weird. It was a loud noise.
I don't want children, so you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just selling myself on your
Yeah.
part. Even though today I woke up and I was like, what an incredible year. I just feel so great.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, hey,
Who wants it? And
Yeah.
it's also
if
dumb.
Yeah. Basically, my
you
pussy's a
didn't go to
charity.
college. Yeah. You can build things
Yeah.
while you're inside of me. Yeah.
There you go.
Like a life together.
Yes. Oh, that's so beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
That would be like a letter they would write with the backwards E.
Yeah.
Like, we can build a life
I
together.
also love when a guy that's that dumb is like, there's like a certain genre of like dumb blue collar guy that's like, I'm a philosopher.
Oh,
like I'm
yeah,
the
there
advice
is.
guy.
Yes.
I've
he's
never
like,
met that type of
Oh,
blue
you need to work in more warehouses because I've met so many guys that I'm like, I can't believe that you're legally allowed to drive with how stupid you are, and they're always like, but the thing is
Is it like conspiracy theories or is it like
no, they're like
I think that a lot of times those guys have that also,
Okay.
but I don't think it's necessarily
no,
attached.
but they think they have this like sage wisdom.
That's
and I'm
kind of a community conspiracy theory like mentalities is like I know.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It's that, it's a lot of that.
But they're like, listen, this is what you got to do to get ahead. I'm like, we both work at the same warehouse. You're not ahead.
You're on thinner ice than I am
Yeah,
here.
I've seen how much garbage is in your car.
Yeah.
If anything, you're behind.
See, a year ago I'd be like, I could save that, but now
Yeah.
I'd be like, you gotta build something.
Yeah, 'cause
Take the garbage out of your car.
Because that's the thing. I was like, oh, is it like it's fun for a bit? Like, is it like fun for a bit to date a guy like that? And then after a while, you're like, my life will be worse if we integrate our lives together into one.
Well,
I
then
mean,
here-
every time I've even like lived with someone, I swear the world is like, no, not him, and something happens.
Yeah.
And then I always get really cool things after career wise, and I'm like, I also don't want to be with like an artist. Like
Interesting.
that's
Yeah.
not like that would be awful. Like just imagine someone coming home and talking about what I talk about. That sucks.
Terrible.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I think that brings up an interesting point of what do you think is the most successful relationship with the biggest intelligence gap?
Probably Jesus Christ and all of us. That's the most successful relationship because
Okay. The prof. No.
who's the best like true, the Prophet Muhammad. Between Jesus Christ and the Prophet Muhammad because it will be war. Holy war. No,
I mean, I think all the women in my family have married guys. Like my mom went to like grad school. My dad didn't finish high school, but they are like best of friends.
Oh.
But they also moved to, came to this country, found each other, and then were like working in a factory together. So I think it's like
Yeah.
a very different.
Wait, say that again. They what?
They came to America.
They came together.
no,
separately.
Separately.
Yeah,
Okay,
separately.
very cool.
Fell in love,
Uh-huh.
and then like we're working in the same like factories where all the immigrants were working.
Whoa.
Shout out to all the immigrants working.
Are
with those
they from
factories.
a very like they're
My
like
mom's from,
hometowns? Like are they close?
Kind of. My dad's from like an actual city, and my mom was from like a village, and she
Okay.
was like one of the first women in her village to just
Oh,
like
they
go
all-
get like
got a
history.
holy shit, my mom is Eve.
But she like got her master's and
Wow.
yeah, and my dad
In what?
in history.
Wow.
So there's not a lot of options. For, yeah. You're like, oh, that's not real.
Yeah.
That's-
Oh, yeah.
So like not math or science.
Yeah. I listen to a lot
Oh,
of
you know a
podcasts.
bunch of stuff that happened? Me too. Oh, cool.
But yeah,
Okay.
I think that maybe that's why I'm like, oh. That,
I'm always interested in immigrant parents' story.
Not
what
me.
were
Yeah.
your parents?
My parents dated when they were in Colombia, and then my mom left my dad and went like on a tour of North America. And then my dad, who was a very low level professional cyclist, sold everything he had, including his bicycle, to come after her
Wait, that's so cute.
and like be with her. Come after her sounds insane.
Yeah.
To come be with her, basically.
They did
And
the
like,
fugitive.
stopped her. Yeah, and then they just stayed in New York.
That's really sweet.
yeah,
Look at your
Beacon.
mom. Your mom.
My mom rocks.
Yeah, there's
She's
of course
the
she does.
best.
If someone's
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna sell all of my belongings
Yeah.
to go be with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's so sweet and so funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents met in a bar and they're divorced.
Let's go. You know what? Your
They've been in
parents
a
need
bar
to.
that's now an ATV store that is now closed down.
You just need to have them move to a different country together. And that's the key
I
to
don't think they
longevity.
should go. I don't think they should move anywhere together.
Okay, because well, if you want to do a parent trap.
I don't.
Oh, you're trying to do a really late in life parent
Yeah.
trap?
Hey, you know how you guys have been divorced for like 20 years or
Like,
so?
wait, you don't wanna
and
be
you seem to be in happier relationships now? what if you guys got back together for me, an adult man who should have more?
What if you guys went to Pakistan and
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
reconnected? Because it's really scary there right now.
What if you guys moved to, I don't know, war-torn Yemen? If you guys moved there. And
That's
then,
a show I would watch.
That is, yeah.
Parent Trap
Italian
in Yemen.
divorce.
And you're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is the
and
point?
it's just my mom being like, it's hot in here. It's really warm in here.
And they do cut the electricity, so like
Yeah.
occasionally
Yeah.
that would be like the romantic
Yeah.
scenes where they're having dinner and then the electricity goes
Yeah.
out.
And my dad's like,
Yeah.
shut up.
There's like a British
Stop.
narrator, day 15.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I still haven't.
No, it's hour 3.
Hour 3.
And my dad's like, shut up. I dealt with this for too long already.
I can't believe. I'd fucking lose my mind having to deal with that.
Being married to my mother?
Yeah, dude.
Well, you have faults also.
You're not fucking perfect.
Yeah,
You have to go through your first divorce and then you can criticize.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
oh
fair.
my God, let's work on you getting to a first divorce. Who would you marry and then divorce really quickly? Celebrity?
Ooh.
Not.
Oh yeah, no.
I want someone with a lot of money so that I can get a little bit on the way out.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
No prenup. Because I believe in love.
I believe in love. So Mackenzie Bezos.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I would rock her fucking shit. She's kind of sexy.
She is kind of sexy, right?
And she also had sex with Jeff Bezos. So
Yeah.
I think you would be better than that.
Thank you.
I don't know. He's
Yeah,
on
fingers
a lot.
crossed
Like,
that you would.
I think you'll be better.
What if he puts it down?
What
That'd
if
be
he-
hilarious.
But here's the thing.
He's
He's
like, y'all got no idea.
She was like, so that was okay.
He rubs his head on it.
well, because he's on like TRT or like
Yeah, now he
HGH,
is.
What is it?
like testosterone replacement therapy. That's why he's like way bigger now than he used to be.
That means his. Right?
No,
They sure
not
was-
so steroids.
steroids.
Steroids is that
Oh, okay,
testosterone
okay.
replacement therapy is basically like when as a man ages, his testosterone levels drop, and this just basically keeps it at like what was your testosterone level at 20? So you still have that at like 55.
whoa.
So you're not like you're like still able to like get hard and like work out like a lot and stuff like that. So it's just like because I don't know how. Do you think he got on that app? I mean, he's been so rich for so long that I feel like he's been on it for a long time.
Yeah.
But I know he's been rich for a long time, but aesthetically, you can look at him. He
Yeah,
was
true.
not-
But also personality-wise, he sucks. I can't
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
Jeff Bezos putting it down on anyone.
No. But I've never had sex with any man, so it's like my I refuse to do it. I don't care how much you guys are trying to pay me.
Yeah.
So my like guess of like what a guy is like and when he's like in bed is blind. I have no idea. I can make a guess.
Can you
And I
tell?
can make
I
a
can
lot
tell.
of visualization.
I can tell.
That's
Yeah.
I can think about it a lot
It's
when you guys
great.
are here.
It's so I can tell, but I do think this year was like a very untelling year, and I was like sleeping with some people where I was like, I assumed just because they were like kind of jacked that they would be good in bed, and they were not. And I was- yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like, can you tell from their personality too? Or is it?
Yeah, you can tell. Again, it's like if you're really blue collary, I just imagine that you've been poor enough that you've had to really put it down.
Yeah, you're a hard
And
worker.
some exactly,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And then
You have to sing for your supper in a way.
yeah, I think the worst sex I've
fuck
ever
for
had was
yourself.
with like a rich dude, and I went on a date because it was like a year ago, and I was just like moving apartments, and I
You
just
knew he was rich going into the date?
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
No judgment. I was just curious.
Yeah, and I also like halfway through, like as we were even just like hooking up, I was like, "This is not for me." I was like, "I'm so sorry, buddy."
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had like this whole like Harvard persona, which was like already so gross, and I was like,
God.
"This sucks." But I can tell it's like
Yeah.
based on you say a few words, and I'm like, good or bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're getting railed. You're like, wait a minute. You don't love your mother? Like,
Yeah.
I would ask that before.
yeah.
That's a really funny question on a date. It's like, hey, where are you from? Do you love your mother?
Let's save us both a lot of time. Do you love your mother? Can you build something in an hour?
Have you
Yeah.
been to prison?
Have you
That
been-
guy was great.
Oh.
That was-
Yeah. That guy was
Well,
fucking,
he knows
he was fucking for freedom the whole time.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
he
he
got-
was like in a German prison, and I was like, and he was like, I stole some cars, and I was like, stop.
Awesome.
I was like, that is so beautiful.
So you can take what you want.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you guys just like send me pictures of dudes, I'm sure I could be like,
Oh.
guys, don't fuck
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
fun game of
Because I don't
hot
think,
or not kind of a thing.
because I can't tell all the time.
What
If it
goes
was
through
any-
your mind? Like, what would make someone good in bed
Um,
for a dude? Like, are you thinking about dudes or?
Mike
I mean,
is.
no. Well, no. Well,
We get it. You're not.
Yeah, I usually have sex with women or whatever gender they are, as long as they have a pussy. That's
Pussy having Americans.
Pussy having Americans.
Excellent.
And they have to be American.
I'll sacrifice one, but not
yeah,
both.
yeah, whatever. You're them, but you're from America, right?
Well, you stand for the pledge. You're like, wait, what? That's a different argument now.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm a refugee. You're like, at the door.
Yeah,
Absolutely
yeah.
not.
Get the fuck out of here.
But I think it's like so like for like if someone is like good in bed, I think it's one, enthusiasm, and two, some kind of a semblance of idea of like how to control their body in a way where you're like it's not even the thing where it's like you see someone who can't dance and you're not like, oh, you can't fuck, but there is a little bit of a correlation of like it's like, oh, you're just like, because there's sometimes where you're having sex with a woman, I'm like, you're just kind of spazzing out on top of it. You're not like control. You're not like doing anything.
No rhythm.
You're moving. It's like that meme of the guy. It's like he's not going fast. He's just moving his head. The guy, like the street guy, like making the drink. It's like that's what it feels like sometimes when someone's like not good in bed, where it's like, oh, you're just like moving a bunch because you think that is what like sex is. It's like there has to be some sort of dexterity in there. Some sort of.
I took out my phone and I was like, let me just take notes.
Yeah. But I think that's what it is.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think enthusiasm is across the board, though. You have to be enthusiastic.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I don't
that
want
would really suck if you were with someone, they were like, yeah, I guess. And
Oh
you're
yeah, that would really suck, and I definitely haven't done that a bunch of times in my life. Where not like that. I'm like, oh, you don't care about me even a little. Okay,
Yeah. I guess like I just can't sleep with someone if I don't care about them even a little bit.
Yeah.
It would just be boring for me.
Yeah, same. I definitely have to really care about someone to have sex with them.
I need to go back to how I was 2 years ago.
Big
But-
slut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
just gone.
Yeah.
This is where I start crying.
Yeah.
It's the crying part of the podcast. Yeah, confidence is big.
Yeah.
But it's like I feel like the rating or the judgment of whether or not a man is good in bed versus whether or not a woman is good in bed is just a little different. The scale is a little different. I just think it's like the onus is a little more like it's easier for a woman to be like, that guy sucks in bed, and everyone kind of gets it. But if a man's like,
you're
a woman
right.
sucks in bed, everyone's like, what do you mean?
Yeah. It's more nebulous.
Yeah.
Well, I would just imagine someone just lying there, and then that would be it.
I think I would take that over someone who is like being real like herky jerky with it, like really like.
You've had a bad experience.
Yeah. I've had a lot of bad experiences in my life. Most experiences I've had have not been great.
No.
But yeah, I think it's like I would rather them because it's like at least if they're just gonna like lay there, you're like, all right. I mean, I'll take the lead.
Yeah.
I'll figure out what's going on here, and it's at least it's like. It also is so funny because sometimes you're like, yeah, I'm doing it, and then afterwards you're like, I don't know if I actually was doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because there's sometimes where I'm having sex with someone and I'm like, I am fucking them poorly. By the way, this is not
Sometimes
working.
it doesn't sink though.
Yeah.
It's not really anyone's action. You can't. I don't think it's fair to always point the finger.
Sometimes two people just don't mesh, and that's cool.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Like you both were like, yeah, that was okay.
Yeah.
And not to
And
be
then
like, it's your fault.
And then you try,
Whoa.
and then you try to have sex with them 4 to 25 more times just to see if it
just to make
sticks.
sure.
Just to make sure,
Yeah.
yeah. Or you just move on.
No.
Okay, fine.
No.
I'll move on.
Is everyone just thinking about sex now? Their
No.
worst times? Because
I was trying to think of what my worst times. I
Yeah.
don't really have many like negative in that. Oh, I'm a big strong guy too. Negative feelings about like any sexual. What's the word? Experience. I'm like, oh, it wasn't great, but still sex. It's kind of awesome for me.
Nah, I've had some.
Yeah,
had some
sure.
rough ones. I've put myself into some situations.
Sure.
I have two.
Yeah.
I think for women, that's
Yeah, it's a
probably-
little
Again, it's a little
different.
bit
Yeah,
different.
it's a little bit different, yeah.
Yeah, I saw a thing where someone's like a street interview, like asking women what their worst sexual interactions. Like,
Oh, then they would
you
be
can't
like,
ask women
Hey,
that.
actually, don't
It'd
do
be
that.
like, well, one time I didn't want it, and it happened.
Yeah.
Dying. Oh fuck, I forgot.
Yeah, and
And then they're like, well, what's your number? And you're like, no.
I don't know. How do you count that?
Yeah.
Is that part of my body count or
Yeah.
not?
Awesome.
Yeah.
No, you don't count it as part of your body count.
Thank God.
Good.
Yeah. You're like, thank God, now I'm down to.
Yeah. It's also crazy to care about that.
To count
Yeah,
our body
I
count.
agree.
Body count?
Yeah.
Couldn't care less.
I think it's really. I think once
I
someone.
think it's also like we're seeing like 22-year-olds asking people. We're like adults. Like we see like street interviews being like, "What's your body count?" That's like a college kid asking.
Yeah.
Like if an adult asks that, I'm like, "Oh, you're strange."
But the younger kids are a lot more prude. Have you read those studies that they're not having as much
They're
sex?
not fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not really like going out as much, and they do slut shame a lot. Where I feel like it's like you're young, like fuck around,
yeah.
like, figure out what you like.
Yeah.
I did that. I reverse slut shamed Diego until he started fucking people.
That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's a good friendship.
It was, yeah, because he was like a relationship guy, and then he was kind of like, I don't really want to hook up with people I don't really care about. I was like, buddy, you have this beautiful, sexy body, and you gotta show it off. And then,
He cried for the first few times,
Yeah.
and then he got through it.
and I was
it's
like,
okay. Jesus.
and I was like, get out there and fuck, and when you do it, think about me.
You don't even know my middle name.
Yeah, yeah. You don't know how many siblings I have.
You didn't ask about where I grew up.
Yeah.
She's like, choke me. You're like, my brother's name is.
My brother's name is Carlos.
My brother's name is Carlos. Yeah, basically like that. Before we go, are you on Letterboxd?
I am. I just got one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We love movies. We talk about movies.
Oh, I love movies.
Can you give us your top 4? Have you organized your top 4 yet?
For this year?
No, for Letterboxd top 4 ever.
I just got Letterboxd like a month
Okay.
or like a week ago. Yeah.
So let's help you with that now.
Okay.
There's a thing on Letterboxd called Top 4, and your 4 favorite movies.
Okay.
Okay. So you can go ahead and start telling us what your 4 favorite movies are now.
Fried green tomatoes.
Fried Green Tomatoes.
Yeah, it's
wow.
one of my favorite movies.
Okay. When did you see that first?
Oh, I think like 12 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I watch it every year.
And did anyone introduce it to you, or you just happened to watch it?
My cousin did.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
And are
a
they
great
90?
movie. No. But I like am such a movie person and film person that I have like movies for different moods. Like I love the Fast and Furious movies.
Okay.
Oh,
They're so
interesting.
dumb and I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think it's like important to love stupid movies too.
I couldn't
Yeah.
agree more.
I did watch this movie recently. I think it was like Perfect Day. It's like a I think it's a Japanese movie.
the Japanese movie about bathroom attendants?
Yeah, I loved
That's our
it.
number 1 movie of the year.
Yeah.
I think that's
Both
one
of
of my
ours.
top movies of the year. It's
Okay.
like so beautiful and I cried quite a
beautiful.
bit.
It's unbelievable.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't cry because I'm a guy.
Is it in your top 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
have Fried Green Tomatoes, Perfect Days.
Guys, this is really hard.
Sure, but it's not.
But this isn't set in stone.
It is. How to
Set-
Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I fucking love
Wow.
that movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. It's just I think rom-coms have lost all their like fun.
Yeah.
And that one is like a true
It's all
fun.
they're all rom, no com
Exactly.
anymore.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think I would have to put unfortunately a Christopher Nolan movie
Why
up
unfortunate?
there. I loved Memento. I think that's
Yeah,
one of
that's
my
great.
tops. And
Okay.
that's about it. And then I have like 20 others.
Sure.
Yeah.
But let's keep it.
But listen, there's no Christopher Nolan slander unless you're talking about how it's
Tenet was awful.
hard to hear what's
Yeah.
going on in that movie.
That's the point. I still don't like that though.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fried Green Tomatoes,
Perfect Days.
Perfect Days, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days,
Yeah.
and Memento. That's a great top 4.
What are yours?
Right now it's The Piano Teacher, Mikey and Nikki, Kelly Reichardt's Old Joy, and Todd Solondz's Happiness.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
Don't
haven't
watch
heard
it.
the second one. What's it called?
It's Mikey and Nikki. It's by Elaine May. It's from the 70s. It's about 2 best friends who are like low-level mob guys, and one of them they've been like friends since they were kids, and one of them thinks he has a hit out on him and so they're trying to like hide him, and it's like all set in one night.
Ooh, I love that.
It's
I'm gonna
really
watch
good.
that.
It's really good. So it's like I've said this a million times on the podcast, but I think there's a beauty to movies about men directed and or written by women, because they don't shy away from like the emotional part of male friendships, where it's not just like, not to disrespect one of your favorite movies, but like Fast and Furious stuff, where they're just like, we're fucking
Family.
we're fucking family,
We're family,
and I would
bro.
never let anybody disrespect you, and
And
that's
when I
as
say
deep as it
that,
goes.
that as being my favorite is more that I just
They're fun to watch.
they're so stupid.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have balance and taste.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay. Well, what about you?
The Piano Teacher.
Oh God, you guys are the exact
yeah,
same.
It's the only movie that's on our. Even though Mikey and Nikki's in my top 10, but it's not my
Yeah,
top 4.
Mikey and Nikki's so
The 12 Angry Men. Sidney Lumet, 1957 my favorite movie of all time. Rushmore, Wes Anderson. I said The Piano Teacher, and my fourth is always kind of hovering, but Drop Dead Gorgeous is probably my favorite.
Is that who wrote that?
I don't know who wrote it actually. Off the top of my head, it's a comedy.
Okay.
Kirsten Dunst, Kirstie Alley.
Denise Richards.
It's the funniest movie. Denise Richards of fucking a million. Amy Adams, like have you seen it?
No, I'm gonna watch.
You gotta watch
That's
it.
why I love to, especially this time of the year.
You're gonna love it. It's one of the funniest movies of all time, in my opinion.
Okay.
The jokes per minute is unbelievable. The callbacks in it is great.
Incredible.
It's a high school beauty pageant in Minnesota.
Oh my god, I'm absolutely gonna watch that.
Yeah, it's really
Right. So Mikey and Nikki, and then Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Yeah. Written by Lana Williams.
Lana
who hasn't
Williams.
done
I love
much else.
looking up the writers
Yeah.
because the only thing I do. I'm like,
your
who
writer.
wrote it?
Yeah.
You're an award-winning writer.
Okay.
Well, okay, right?
Yeah,
No,
but it's
what do you mean? It's not weird. We're proud of you.
Thank you so much. I'm proud of you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wish
you so
nothing
much.
but the best. Thank you for
Same.
coming by.
I love this. This was so fun.
It was great. Where can people follow you, watch your stuff, your
Instagram,
listen? Yeah,
Amamah Sardar.
spell it for them.
Yeah.
Spell it.
Yeah,
Spell it.
Spell it.
Spell it.
AMAMAHSARDAR.
I'm doing a joke for in the movie Drop the Gorgeous, which you'll now realize later when you watch it.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Follow Micah Brucey at Micah Brucey.
Follow Diego Lopez. Sorry, I was really reading about who was writing that movie still. Follow Diego Lopez at this Diego Lopez.
Patreon.com/A Little Time Pod for 4 bonus episodes a month, plus video of all 8 episodes a week before everyone else. Your support means the world to us. We have this studio because of your support. Thank you. And happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
everyone.
Appleton, Wisconsin, Louisville, Kentucky, Tacoma, Washington, Plano, Texas, Australia, Ottawa and Toronto, Spokane, Washington, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City. I'm going to be all those places next year. So,
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
yeah. Come to one of those shows or don't.
Bye.